So, hi guys, my name is Matt. Welcome to the Sin Bin. This is a topic, it's kind of a hot button topic, and maybe less so now, but I really wanted to talk about this. It's the Carolina Hurricanes celebrations. Have they gone too far? Let me break it down piece by piece here. So, last game yesterday, the Canes were playing the Pens, and they won 3-2 in the shootout, which, much to the chagrin of my Montreal Canadiens, which, if you guys don't know, I'm a Canadiens fan, and they're battling with the Blue Jackets and the Canes for that last two wildcard spots. Well, the Carolina Hurricanes won. But what's worse than the Hurricanes screwing over my team is that after the victory, I have to sit down and watch those god awful celebrations. And you know what? Once is cute, twice is cute, maybe three times as cute. But the more I watch it, guys, the more it gets annoying. And you know what? I don't want to make it sound like I've ever liked it because I never liked this. I always hated it. And last game, we got Justin Falk, we got Furland, and they're sitting in that little penalty box area and they put up the duck hunt on the big screen, and then everyone throws their gloves and they make pretend to shoot the ducks and yada yada yada, ha ha ha. The whole crowd is happy, everyone's clapping their hands, and I'm just sitting there wondering to myself, hockey used to be such a manly sport, and it's never going to be what it was back in the 80s and 70s and 60s, where players were like bashing themselves on the ice and fighting and basically the movie Slapshot. We're never going to get to those days. But when did it become this girly? I mean, this is really bad. And in case you guys didn't know, Don Cherry on Coach's Corner, who Don Cherry, also known as my idol, he sort of made a little rant on the Carolina Hurricanes. He was saying, making fun of the people, saying they're young men expressing themselves, saying that it's not professional, they're a bunch of jerks. And then the Carolina Hurricanes, tongue-in-cheek, kind of marketed that bunch of jerks slogan, which is kind of a douchey thing on the Carolina Hurricanes' part. And I'm sorry if there's Carolina Hurricane fans out there. It's not you guys. It's more I blame Justin Williams. He came up with it. He used to be on the Carolina Hurricanes, I think in 2006, and I knew him because he poked Saku Koivu's eye out accidentally. And he left. He went on his stint with the Kings. He went on his stint with the Washington Capitals. And now he's back to the Carolina Hurricanes, and he brings these god-awful celebrations. I'm sick of it. And in my opinion, I agree with Don Cherry. This is the hockey's always been a conservative game. We're not going to hide it. If you do a huge celebration, it's going to be kind of frowned upon. And Ovechkin one year scored either 50 or 60 goals for the first time against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he threw his stick on the ice and started waving over it, pretending it was fire or whatever, a campfire. And he got shit from Don Cherry. And to be honest, the hockey community didn't really like that because it's a conservative game. It's always been a conservative game. Another example is, I think in the 2010, around those years, PK Subban and Carey Price, after every victory, they would salute the crowd and they would do this triple high five thing. And it went on for a bit and the crowd loved it. It's something cool. They loved it. And Michel Therrien, the coach at the time, he went to them. He said, "Oh, boys, if you want to be on this team, you have to cut that shit out because hockey's always been a conservative game and they don't like shit like that." And you know what? There's some people of the frame of mind that that's not good. We need to move on. We need to make hockey fun, We need to market it. We need to show these athletes and their celebrations and market it. And then there's other people of the thought of mind of, nah, this needs to be conservative. It's not the way. It's not the code of the game. And I got to be honest, I'm kind of on that side. I'm lame. I'm not gonna say I'm some cool guy and on Twitter and whatever. I'm boring, and I like my hockey boring as shit. For the longest time, my favorite team was the New Jersey Devils, which is probably the most boring team out there, with the Minnesota Wild. And that's a joke. I've never liked the Devils. I've been a Canadiens fan my whole life, but I find the Carolina Hurricanes, they took a game that was professional and they sort of turned it into Disney on Ice. If I'm going to be a little honest, it looks like Disney on Ice, but worse because there's no Ariel, which is my favorite princess, to be honest. But let's forget the whole stigma around it. Let's forget the controversy. If I were to look at every post-game celebration as a separate, isolate entity, I don't even find it takes that much skillsmanship. It doesn't take that much thought to go in it. You know, if it were like Cirque du Soleil, you know, flipping around on the ice, you know, then I would say, yeah, sure, keep it. They're doing something special. But come on, to slide on the ice and, you know, do slide around and pretend to get knocked up by Mike Tyson. Does it take a lot of skill to do that? No, it looks lame. It looks like a bunch of kindergartners had 5 minutes to make a sketch, and that's what they came up with. Now, there's a business side to all of this because Carolina Hurricanes, let's face it, they're not the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're not selling out games anytime soon. You know, and I wasn't really watching hockey, but when they won the Stanley Cup in 2006, I'm curious to see if they were selling out then when they were, you know, in the playoff hunt. Because I can tell you, for the longest time, as long as I've been watching hockey, uh, that arena is always, you know, a lot of empty seats. And there's a business side to this. And some people might come and they say, listen, like it or not, it's doing a good thing in Carolina. It's selling seats. People come because they want to see the celebration. But to that I say, why do you need to do something dumb like a post-game celebration to sell seats? You know what's a good way of selling seats? Win hockey games. Yeah, for the longest time, the Los Angeles Kings could not sell out worth a shit. And you know what they started doing? Winning Stanley Cups, winning hockey games. And then the fans started coming back. And then they started losing again, and the fans aren't there. But that's another story, and it's another video for another time. Do I got anything else to say? You know, I think Don Cherry had a good point when he said that players, they don't like it, meaning the other team's players, they don't like to see this because we saw at Lindholm clear as day making fun of the celebration, you know, taunting the fans. And I forget the other player who made fun of it. But there was two players on two different teams. They didn't like the celebration. It's pissing off the players on the other team. And if you're in a playoff game, and if they do this in the playoffs, say the Carolina Hurricanes end up playing the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I don't know, I didn't look at the standings, but for sake of argument, say they end up playing the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they beat the Penguins on home soil, and they do those dumb celebrations, and, you know, what do you think Crosby's going to think? What do you think Malkin's going to think? They're going to look at that. They're going to say, they just beat us, and now they just humiliated us. And I would bet anything that the next game, the Pittsburgh Penguins win. So that was my thoughts. Please let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe. You know, more videos like this will be coming in the future. I'm sorry my hair's all over the place. I just got it cut, and I don't think you did a really good job. But thanks for listening to this video. Please like and subscribe, comment, say if you disagree, if you agree, maybe. Show me some support. My name is Matt. Thank you very much.